such an asshole.
Hello, children. All right, we got one that I didn't. I was like, I got to research this. And I'm looking like I really don't because I don't have an opinion about it. I've heard a lot about China in recent years and also spent a year there as an English teacher. And you spelled it like that. I hear people talking about social credit scores, Uyghur Muslim concentration camps where they have forced slave labor and organ harvesting, microwave weapons, and super soldier programs. China is going to own everything and other subjects. What I want to know is how do you factor China when you try to enjoy the decline? And what would your advice be for people living in the communist fascist hellhole besides getting the hell out of there like I did? All right. It's stoicism is what I dude, I got so much. It's CPU issue. I got enough to worry about. I don't have time to worry about China. And a lot of that also comes from, not only do I not have time to worry about it, but I did cover China back when I was a younger man. And China, obviously the largest population, think the largest army, but they're not the best military. China, if anything, would have a clandestine spying sort of influence within the United States, but who doesn't? If you want to try and come over and take over this diversity psychological, oh my God, trade politics, it's all me crap hole. Like China wants to take over the United States, take over an insane asylum. They have fun. I want to buy a golf resort, but if you want to buy an insane asylum, go ahead. But more importantly, back when I did cover China and more recently, we would just absolutely destroy China. I know you think, oh, the Soviet Union and maybe China and with the numbers and all that. No, the United States military, China would just be done. No, not to say they wouldn't get off their nukes either. Not saying the United States wouldn't walk away from it with more than a bloody nose, certainly. China could certainly do a hell of a lot of damage to the United States. But no, if you look at military capabilities, I mean, my God, we said some kid-class destroyers 20 years ago to Taiwan. China has an F with Taiwan because they know, to quote Turd-Flinging Monkey, we would push their shit in. Now, so they have to go clandestine. And to some credit, the Soviet Union was very successful in getting the underbelly of the United States completely infested with socialism. I mean, academia, the nonprofit, government, they're all a bunch of communists, basically. But that's now its own separate ideological cult that it's taking. If China want to influence, they're like, well, wait, we got to influence them, but they already agree with us philosophically. But how do we make them loyal to China? They got a big problem there, too. So if China's going to do anything, it's going to be sneaky. It's going to be underhanded. And every country does that. It's not just China. It's every country. Certainly the United States has their own programs here and there. But China, at one time, I would have believed it because their economic fundamentals are going there. Then they just built up a ton of credit. They started building fake cities out in the middle of freaking nowhere. They're horrendously corrupt. And I mean, if China wanted to dominate globally, it could do it. It could do it within 5 years. They'd have to kill a lot of corrupt politicians. They have to kill a lot of corrupt, but I was not paid enough by the Chinese government to go consult this, so which would be several $1 billion a year and a really nice quiet place somewhere in some province in China, I guess. No, I'm not worried about them. I don't doubt for a second they got all this crazy shit going on. 1.4 billion people, a communist dictatorial government. Yes, absolutely. I'm sure there are super soldier programs. I'm sure they're splicing or harvesting people's organs with monkeys. Gorillas will have the monkey. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we woke up and we were to invade, we'd find out oh, wow, you got a Castle Wolfenstein genetics program going on here. This is really fucked up. Does it change the fact we nuke your asses off the planet? Oh, 1.4 billion, huh? Yeah, we can handle that. We could totally wipe that out. If the United States could, we could make it there are no Chinese people left over. I don't know if China could do that. to the United States. I mean, just going to the basic ground level of nuclear weapons. But then we also talk about the military. Our Navy would beat the shit out. Our Army would beat the shit. It's not even comparable. And that's ultimately where, if push came to shove, China should shut the fuck up and just be the little third grade bitch it is. That's basically, and they know it. They know it. They would lose a head-on-head confrontation with the United States and half a second militarily. So when it comes to factoring in China, like part of my enjoy the decline, they're a non-factor. They're a much more important, for now, much as I slam on China, I like China more than I do Democrats here in the United States. The Chinese people, if you want to study their history, since the days of the 1949 Civil War and Chiang Kai-shek, Mao Zedong, they've suffered horribly. Then Deng Xiaoping came in 79, was it? No, Deng Xiaoping was 90s. They've come a long way. They've made some great progress. I don't think your average Chinese person wants ill will upon the average American person, and the average American person doesn't want ill will upon the average Chinese person. We've been beneficial in trade. But I just don't view them as a threat. If anything, I view them as a benefactor. Like, holy cow, you enslaved your own people for 50 cents an hour to make me this great TV screen? And people say, but that's enslavement. No, what did they have before? Do you guys remember Deng Xiaoping? Not Deng Xiaoping. Mao Zedong's reforms? Were 50 million people starved? Oh my God, we're making the Africans go haul their own water. Well, at least they're hauling water, because beforehand they were like dying. And this is where all you sensitive Western white fucks need to get your heads out of your asses. Every culture and country suffers. They have to suffer the Industrial Revolution. And I don't know if you remember this, but maybe your privileged little white suburbanite soccer mom ass blind eyes don't see it. Do you remember the pictures of the kids working in the coal mines? They were white. Don't know if you remember that. Newsies, and watch the really horrible show. So China's got to go through that, and it's better than them starving. But I don't really worry about China when I go to sleep. I really don't. I worry more about the spoiled little suburbanite asswipes who demand I bail them out of their worthless degree, who are going to burn down my property because I have more than them, because over the past 40 years I worked harder than them. That is a much bigger concern to me. Castle doctrine is a very big concern to me. Like, can I shoot this fucker who's trying to burn my place down? Or do I go to jail for murder because this arsonist piece of Antifa, commie, parasitic piece of shit thinks that they're entitled to enslave me to go pay them shit? That's more pressing. I don't care who Jintao is. Who's the premier of China right now? I don't even care. Who? How do you spell who? Hu Jintao. I know how to spell Jintao. How do you spell who? Oh, H-U. Serves me for being fancy. Is a Chinese general secretary. Oh. Well, who is his replacement? Chinese premier. Premier. Chinese Prime Minister Xi Jinping. Let's see what this guy looks like. Man, they got nice hair. You got to admit, these Chinese dude, they got some nice hair. They always pick somebody with really nice hair. Look at that set of hair. Brezhnev didn't even have that much hair. Xi Jinping served at the paramount leader, the son of communist veteran Xi Zhujiang. I want to see incumbent. Who to replace? Premier, Vice President, Chairman, incumbent. Preceded by Hu Jintao. Now let's look at who. Man, who's got some nice hair? Look at who's hair. Holy shit, look at that hair. That is nice hair. Nice hair. All right, now if I go back, who? Preceded by Xing Zemin. Oh, I remember Xing. Oh, okay. He was one of the more reformers guys. All right. See, he had a little bit of a receding hairline, little Bruce Willis going on. Zhao Ziyang. Yeah, he had a little bit. Maybe that's more the trend nowadays is to have like a full set of hair. Hu Yangban. He had nice hair, although this picture is very old. Would he preceded by himself as chairman succeeded Zhao Ziyang? I'm just saying the Chinese dude's got some nice hair. That's all. It's all right, there we go. Do we actually have any super chats on this? I can't believe we do. How do we have super chats on this? How? Hu Jintao, how? Journey Trials and Joys for $4. Where would you relocate to the USA? Relocate to if the USA were to fail? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's where I got to go and travel. So I'm going to go to Southeast Asia, check out some areas there. I will check out Eastern Europe. I don't know. I really don't know. That may be Smith and Wesson bullet time, because I'm tired, man. Countries should make it so that if you work hard, you keep your labor, and that you can retire in peace. And the United States has not provided that for me. All I hear about is how bad white people are and how bad males are, and the oppressed and the poor and the mentally disabled. I'm leaving. No, you're going to take my shit because you're all a bunch of lazy fucks. You're going to hide behind traits, made up mental illnesses, things you were born with. That's it. You're just a bunch of parasitic, lazy fucks. This has nothing to do with isms or ists or disability. You're just a bunch of lazy fucks who want to take other people's money. So I got to go find that out. But after a while, you get tired. I would like to just sit in my place in South Dakota, which actually is not that big. I went and looked at it. I'm like, it's small, but it's enough. It's enough. But some parasitic homeless fuck, I have the hit, and I'm 127,000th, whatever. What's the name? American Indian gal, Elizabeth Warren. And you owe me that house that you worked hard for so long. I don't know where I'm going to go. I'll let you know. XXC Demon 08, regular guy, $5. If China invades after economic collapse, do you think they'll turn male slaves into eunuchs while making their own farmland out of the states? Maybe. I don't know. They might have a Himmler in there, enslave the white man, say, hey, remember all that time you guys made us build those railroad tracks? Maybe. I don't know. I'll tell you who ain't going to be a slave. It'll be me, because I'll die. I will die shooting and killing. You didn't die a slave. That's about it. Oh, wait. Malcolm, $5. That's it. Didn't give no question. Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you very much. That's very awfully nice of you. Oh, hey, our Polish agent in the field, Alex Saluski, $2. Have you ever traded options? No, I haven't. I've traded currency. That's about it. Alex, swear to God, don't you fucking get into the dude, bro, trading option. You fucking don't do that. Don't do that fucking shit. Never knew anybody that made any money off of doing that. Are we done? We're done. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.